Hey, and welcome back to the channel, everyone. So I got asked this question from one of you guys, and this is probably one of the most asked questions by guys that you will ever see, which is how do I bench press more and how do I get a bigger chest? I will be going over my techniques to do all of that, and you will be on your way to becoming a master of the bench press like myself, okay? But if you are a female, just understand that you will be doing these lifts and utilizing these techniques at a moderately lower weight, only because you don't want to have chest looking like myself, right? You want to be utilizing all of this in order to help to naturally lift your chest if they are gonna sag over time as you get older. So this is really nice for the females as well, and so stick around for that. And also I have a pretty awesome tricep exercise that I do. You probably never seen this before, and so you will definitely be shocked by how I target my tricep in this manner. So let's hop back to the gym and I can start analyzing my chest day for that Thursday. All right, so let's go.
Alright, the first thing you need to start doing before you start your bench press is to always roll out your wrist. I like to roll the bar from my fingertips to the palms of my hand, nice and easy. And what this does is it helps you to stabilize the weight as you are pressing, especially if you are going very heavy. That's why most people like myself use wrist wraps. But even with the wrist wraps, you are still at risk of wrist failure. And so we just want to make sure that your wrist is nice and strong enough to push the weight. Once you have completed, stretching and rolling out your wrist, you want to pick a weight that you can easily bench press 20 times. That is your warm-up weight, and do 2 sets of 10 of those. You use the warm-up weight to help you practice your form before you load the bar up and start doing heavy weights. And so if you notice how my elbows are 45 degrees from my body and the weight is being pushed straight up and straight down in a nice and slow controlled motion. For your first 2 sets of this workout, you will be bench pressing with your feet off the ground, and I'll give you 2 reasons why. The first reason is it eliminates the need for you to push off the ground with your legs, and also it eliminates the need for you to lift your butt off the bench when you're bench pressing. So this will be having your back straight up, and you are then able to bench press purely with your chest and build up your chest muscles for that workout. The second reason behind this is this will determine whether or not we can proceed with adding more weight to the bar and continue our workout, or doing heavy dumbbell presses instead of going heavy on the barbell. In this position, we can determine if one side of our chest is weaker than the other. And if you see that one side is weaker than the other, that means that you need to focus more on your dumbbell presses so that you can then address those problems beforehand. If you determine that you are, I guess, evenly strong on both sides of your body, you can then start adding weight on your third set here and continue the workout on a heavy barbell day. And so for this set, just make sure that you are in a proper form and you are bench pressing the bar straight up and down. Again, your elbows are tucked in and they do flare out when you're about halfway through the press into a lockout position. For your last rep here, you want to pause for, let's say, 1 second or 2 seconds, and then go ahead and press the weight on that last set. Once you do the third set, we go on to our fourth set here. We'll be doing a set of 4, and with this weight, just always make sure that you are in a proper position. Again, everything is nice and symmetrical, and we can utilize every muscle that we can to help push the weight. I use my back muscles to help me push the weight. I can show you that technique at a later date, but for now we'll just talk about how I'm bench pressing here. And so you notice how I pause for 1 second and then I start to press. My elbows do flare out, but only about halfway off the I guess off my chest here, and this is also helps me determine where I need to again work on after going super heavy. Once you have addressed that, we then drop the weight to do another 2 sets of 10. By this point, you're probably sweating, and I use chalk, as you can see right there, so that my hands are not slipping off the bar, because that can again lead to imbalances if your hands aren't evenly spaced from the center of the bar. For this weight, I do 2 sets of 10. Again, it's pretty straightforward. This time around, though, however, my feet are off the, um, they are on the ground, right? They're off the bench, and so I'm able to use my full strength to press the weight, unlike prior where my feet was on the bench here. And again, I can see that I need to address certain areas of my bench press, and so I then drop the weight to about my warm up set, and I do as many sets as I can until 5, right? And so we start off doing 20, maybe 18, 15, 14, 13, 12, whatever. But when you're doing this though, do not let the bar touch your chest, because we are addressing the mid sections of our bench press that is responsible for the majority of the lift here. And this will allow you to keep the tension in your chest at all times, and also build up your strength there so that you can then start bench pressing more weight. So now onto the two bonus tricep workouts. The first one here we have is the skull crushers. I always do this on every bench press day. The skull crusher is the number one tricep exercise that is responsible for the lower part of your triceps. And if you are in a proper bench pressing form, you will feel that your triceps, especially if you are about shoulder width apart from the center of the bar, you'll feel that your triceps are contributing to your bench press. And if you can build up those tricep muscles on that same day, you can then begin to increase your bench press. And so after you do the skull crushers, just jump right into the close grip bench press here. Again, this is going to target those lower tricep muscles even more. For the second and best tricep workout that I do is to have a incline bench on the cable right there, and this will allow you to target strictly the upper part of your triceps. I love this workout because it eliminates the need for you to use your shoulders to push the weight, and this is purely tricep workouts. If you haven't done this before, give it a try and let me know how you feel. This is my favorite and number one tricep workout that I do. Once I do those workouts there, I go ahead and I start doing some flies. Pretty straightforward. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes now. The bench press took pretty long time, but I wanted to get a nice squeeze in the middle of my chest there. And so if you want to build up more of the chest muscles, definitely do either cable flies or use this machine here for your flies. You can do both arms and then switch to a single arm at a time. But if you feel that your deltoids, or I guess that's the muscles that connect your outer chest to your shoulders, are lagging behind, you can then do dumbbell flies. And so the cable flies are for the middle of the chest muscles, and the dumbbell flies are to target the outer part of the chest and your deltoids there at the same time. But again, notice how I have one hand in between my chest there, and I try to squeeze my thumb with my chest on both sides. Just use this when you are doing single hand flies here at a time. And if you can kind of twist your body to the right a little bit, you can then have your hands come like more so cross over to your chest, and you can then feel like a nice and big squeeze there in the middle of your chest to build up those muscles there, if that is what you are lagging behind. So it all depends on how your bench press went, and if you feel like you need to address one side, then definitely do that.
All right, guys. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you found this video useful, give me a huge thumbs up. If you don't, I guess you can give me a thumbs down. Let me know why you did not. And if you want to give this a try, let me know how it goes for you. I can attest that this does work, and this is just one of the many techniques that I use to help me with my bench press and also grow my chest. I can keep doing videos like this. If you found this enjoyable, again, let me know and I'll do more of this for you. And see you on the next video. All right.